Guinea pigs. Sorry, I meant audience. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because last time I was here the audience was not impressed. And I panicked and I became passive-aggressive towards them. I will try not to do that. Yeah, I do. That's like, how long can you do? I was like, 15 minutes. It was like, good. I was like, oh shit, now we need to make up a 15-minute set. So hence the, because, yeah. So last night I dreamt of the zombie apocalypse, which was nice. And it wasn't nice. And then I thought, what if Jesus was the first zombie? Because he was dead, and then he was not dead. And then I went to Google it, because that's the sort of thing I Google. And someone on the internet wrote, well, technically Lazarus was resurrected before Jesus was. So Lazarus was the first zombie. This is very interesting. And someone else wrote, apparently there was a little girl who was maybe dead or not, but the verse is unclear at this point. I'm not in any kind of church or creed, but I think that is really interesting about Christianity, that you can have a verse that is not clear whether a person is alive or dead. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? She might be dead, she might be alive. Stuff is happening. And yeah, something else. They're making a new Star Trek series. This should tell you a lot. Yes! Oh my god! Thank you so much. I read the news and was like, oh my god, they're making it! Sorry, I'm a nerd. Yeah. But they're making a new Star Trek series. So that means I can make the Star Trek jokes because someone recognized it. Basically, I'm the kind of person, I read the name Kardashian, I was like, that's not how you spell Kardashian. Yeah, I also make jokes about real life because I am a feminist.
Oh, yeah.
Or as some people call it, a feminazi, which has unfortunate implications if you are, like me, Austrian. But I guess you could say I'm just upholding my heritage. And I can absolutely understand the nicknames. I mean, I really do. Like, seriously. Because fighting for equality and respect is totally easily confused with invading a country, killing millions of people, and starting a world war. It's so easy to confuse the two. Absolutely. And so yeah, a nerd and a feminist, and I know what you're thinking, she's going to die alone, surrounded by 60 cats. For the record, I don't have any cats, or even one cat. Yet. I'm saving up. But I noticed a thing. Occasionally I've been doing blah blah. Yeah. I've done this thing called cat sitting, where you go into other people's homes and you pet and you feed their cats. With their permission, obviously, otherwise you're just a cat burglar. I'm so amazed this works. And I noticed a thing about cat food, which was that cat food seems to be marketed towards the people who own the cats, because it's got, you know, beef, chicken, pork, fish, vegetables. And you never have any kind of tin that says mouse, or small birds, or fur balls, or your own genitals. And I'm a city kid. I mean, I don't know, but I've been to the countryside and I've never once in my life seen a cat in the wild pounce on a cow. Yeah. How are you feeding them beef? It's like the cats, I don't know, I mean, the cats I know are this big and the cows I know are this big. I don't know how, maybe there are different countries where it's the other way around, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, speaking of animals, the English language is a minefield of double entendres. Recently, a friend of mine who's also Austrian, she tweeted, "My pussy is on fire." And I said, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah, my cat just set itself ablaze on a candle flame." Let me tell you a thing. And then, but you know, the worst offender about puns are birds. Like, it's amazing. The British have this wonderful word, the shack, which is gaining carnal knowledge of each other, or in other words, screwing each other's brains out. But it's also a bird, and a cock is a bird, and great tits are a bird, and the blue-footed babies, and I'm like, what the fuck are these ornithologists getting up to? It's like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I should become an ornithologist. It sounds like a very interesting profession. But you do, yeah, you have a lot of like absolutely brilliant swear words in this country. It's like, they're so nice to pronounce. You have, and I'm really sorry, I'm going to sound like the singer of a new metal band because I'm just going to say a lot of swear words. You have the word bollocks, which is wonderful, or bastard, or bellend, or pillock, and come on. And then one of my absolute favourites is a word that sounds like getting slapped in the face with a wet hamster. It's the word twat. Yeah. And I'm allowed to say that because I've got one. Yeah, so it's really amazing what you can do with your words. And although something that really confuses me, or something that I find weird, is when people use the word baby as a term of endearment. And I mean, don't get me wrong, babies are like wonders of nature. They have like supercomputer brains, and they learn so much, and they have to process so much information, and you know, and you grow up and your brain will never be this great. But that's not really what babies are on the outside. On the outside, let me put it this way, they expel sound and matter at both ends. Basically, they shit, they piss, they cry, and they vomit a lot. And and that is like the favorite term of endearment in the English language, is like you have a romantic partner of someone you want to sleep with, and you call them something that hasn't gained control over its bodily functions yet. and then people put it in songs as well. It's like there are some artists, I'm not naming names, just people, whose songs are like, baby, baby, yeah, 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 baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, 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 yeah, baby, baby, baby. And it's like, excuse me, have you just had a stroke? Do we need to call an ambulance? Or is it just the worst form of Morse code ever invented? Baby, 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 yeah, baby, baby, baby. Yes. So music, sorry, I need to go to the next page. I'm that prepared. I've been meaning to cover, because I do play music, and I've been meaning to cover the song Jolene. Does anyone not know the song Jolene? Okay. It's a song by Dolly Parton where she begs this other woman not to steal her man. And I'm like, it's got a nice melody and it's easy to play and sing, but I'm like, the lyrics are so fucking stupid. Because they assume that a romantic partner is an object that can be stolen by someone else, and not, like, you know, a human being that makes his own decisions about whether he wants to cheat on his wife or not. So yeah, I play guitar, and I know everyone plays guitar, but it's more portable than a piano, thank you. And you always have a means to garrote someone if you really need to. Like, for instance, the friend who calls you frigid because you don't want to sleep with him. Because obviously, because you don't want to sleep with one guy doesn't means automatically you don't want to sleep with any of them. And you know, I like dicks as much as the next man. if the next man is that way inclined. But I do like dicks on people I like to fuck. Yeah. I mean, I'm using plural, one dick per person, not more than one. That seems impractical. Where am I? I'm sorry, I need a moment. Oh, I've gone through all of this. This is amazing.
It's going well.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. I think I found where I'm at this bit, which is really confusing. So I hope I'm going to get it right. So yeah. Oh yeah, dick jokes. Everyone loves them. And it's like, why do people like dick jokes? Probably because they like dick. It's a good, yeah. And also, I think it might also be because vaginas are a little bit scary. Like, things come out of them, like goo, or babies, or blood, sex toys. I'm so sorry. And yeah, someone asked me once, what's it like to have periods? And I said, well, have you seen Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs? I need to explain. Who hasn't seen it? Okay. There is a lot of blood, and people are not happy. Basically, Mr. Orange is the patron saint of periods. He spends the whole movie bleeding. Yeah, I'm not just a nerd and a feminist, I'm also really gross. It's a selling point. And yeah, so I do, where am I? Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, so vaginas are scary, penises are not scary, but unfortunately sometimes some of the owners of the penises can be twats. And I have to be really specific because I am someone who, the pool of the people I might potentially find attractive is 90% men. And I have to be specific about this because very often there are men who think just because I say I like dick, it means I like theirs, which is not always the case. And the thing is, there are people who are very adamant about saying they don't like dick, and it really depends. No, if they're female, then the guys will go, oh no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, you must like dick. And if they're male, they're like, you are fairy or what? It's kind of, yeah. That was the experimental bit. There will be more experimental bits. So I recently told a friend of mine that I had a crush on a girl, because I did have a crush on a girl, and it was new to me, and I told her. And she started asking me these really strange questions. She started asking me, so what do you like about women? What's it like to like women? And I said, I don't know. I don't have any experience with it. Why are you asking me these questions? And she said, I just want to know what it's like to be in the head of a lesbian. And I said, that's not how it works. That's really not how it works. But okay, she apparently now thinks I'm a lesbian, despite, all the times before when I told her that I like this actor or this musician, male actor, I should say. Yeah. And it really confused me having a crush on a girl because I didn't know what to do, because I've spent my whole life trying to read men, and suddenly I'm like, how do I know if a woman, if she likes me the way I like her? I mean, I don't know, because I usually flirt with men, and when I say flirt, I mean I try, if I like a guy, I try to be in his vicinity and hope that he's good enough at reading body language to realize that I like him, and maybe he will do something about it. I'm so smooth. It's a little bit like cats, because you pretend to be in their vicinity, but you pretend not to really care, and eventually the cat will decide that it wants you to stroke it. Sorry, I keep talking about cats a lot. I actually cut out some other bits that were also about cats, but I thought maybe let's turn it down yeah. And so bisexuality, it has been mentioned earlier, and it's really weird because in the media there are like TV series and movies, and they might have bisexual characters, but they will never let them say the B word. It's really interesting. It's like, oh, I'm just confused, or it's just a phase, or I guess I'm gay now. And it's like, it is called bisexuality. It exists. Please, can you just maybe tell people? Yeah. Yeah. There are bisexuals in the audience. Or supporters. Or supporters. Because I don't want to out them. Yeah. And, and at this point, usually you mention that, and then people will start start going on about, yeah, you just do this to be politically correct. And I'm like, I like the word. I really like political correctness because it makes it easy to identify people you don't want to be friends with anymore. Because when people go on about, oh no, it's political correctness gone mad, all I can hear is, I can't hear you over the sound of how much of an asshole I am. I don't want to respect people. So yeah, it just makes more logical sense to me, bisexuality actually, than monosexuality. And I know actually, in person, I know more bisexuals than monosexuals, although most of them have been in opposite sex relationships for years and years and years, but that does not mean that they've stopped being bisexual. It's like how when you have a spork, I hope you know what, not a spock, that was earlier. When you have a spork, does everyone know what a spork is? Because I didn't.
Spoon fork.
Yeah, it's a spoon fork. So when you have a spork and you only use it as a fork, that doesn't mean it stops being a spork. But people have preferences. Like, you know, some people might be sporks, but they might prefer spooning to forking. Thank you, that's all I've got. You ready for... Tell me your name again, please. President Obanga. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad with names.